Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey again to y'all another video. Hope y'all having a very great day. Hope y'all had a great weekend. My day is going absolutely great. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers to the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a store out of Michigan by way of Detroit. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Michigan, everybody outside the great city of Detroit. Now, before I start this story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me the story. And also, keep these stories coming. Now, you all, I want to ask you all a very simple question to the women out there, not to the sweet boys. And no, I am not trying to be funny. And now to you women out there who has had children, would a woman know, a female know if she was pregnant or not? Would a woman know if she was carrying a child or not? Because in the case of this story, this teenage girl, along with her grandmother and also with her mom, want us to believe that she did not know that she was pregnant. And also, they didn't know she was pregnant. And now I want to make myself clear before anybody get a presumption that I'm trying to drag this young girl. Now, I want you all to understand one thing, is that when you tell people things on the internet, you have to make it make sense. Because if you hear something that don't make sense to you, you should question said thing. Because that's how you get understanding to any type of situation. Now, ask yourself this. Would a woman know if she was pregnant or not? Because on one hand, you got to ask yourself this. If you see yourself getting bigger and you also see yourself not having any periods, chances are you may be pregnant. And also, if you're sexually active, guess what? You may be pregnant also, because I doubt very seriously if this is what we call an immaculate conception. Now, you got to think about this on the second hand also. Why when people come to the internet, they never tell you the whole truth. But then when you do question about the truth, you have people in their family and also those same people getting mad at you when they bring their business to the internet. Think about that, family. Now, on one hand, the girl grandmother spoke to the news station and told the news station that her and also the 16-year-old girl, Peyton Peoples' mom, did not know that this girl was pregnant. Listen to this.
Family who found the child last night, their teen daughter had the baby following a pregnancy they were not aware of.
And now after hearing that, family, ask yourself this. Do you believe the grandmother is telling us the truth when she said that her and also the girl mom didn't know this child was pregnant? And once again, she's still a minor, so she's still considered a child, even though she's a teenager. Now, on one hand, you got to ask yourself this also. Maybe they did know. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, wouldn't the school know if the girl was going to school?
Because she's on the honor roll.
And also, wouldn't her friends know? Somebody had to know something. But as the story is going to lay out, you're going to hear all kinds of contradictions. And then guess what? The truth finally came out after the truth was forced to come out. And also, I want you all to think about this. If a newborn baby was really found outside in the cold in Detroit, Michigan, out of all places, was really cold, wouldn't that baby be outside screaming and hollering? And also, wouldn't the neighbors or somebody else heard this baby screaming? And what child is going to be on somebody's front porch in the cold? Because the last time I checked, as you all see the screenshot right here, it was roughly between 26 degrees all the way up to a high of 37 degrees on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit, Michigan. Now think about this also, family, before we dive deep into the story. Wouldn't that child, if that child was really outside, wouldn't that child be outside screaming to the top of his lungs? And also, who wouldn't be out there screaming to the top of their lungs if they out there with no clothes on? Think about that, family. And let's begin.
A teen terrified after having a baby. She told a tale saying she found it. That story didn't add up.
Peyton Peoples didn't even know she was pregnant until it was happening.
And now, family, this incident had taken place Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, November the 27th, where it was reported that a baby was found on a front porch. And not only a baby, but a newborn baby. But you got to ask yourself this also. Who in their right mind is going to abandon a child? And also, if you did find a baby, what's the most logical thing to do? Is to reach out to who? Yeah, somebody said it. Start with a P. The police. So tell me this. Why didn't the family reach directly out to the police? Instead, they went directly to Facebook. As you all see this screenshot right here. So let me ask you all this, family, because I don't want to make nobody think a certain way. I want you all to think and come up with your own conclusions. Now, if you was to find an abandoned child on your front porch, a newborn baby at that, what's the first thing you're going to do? Please let me know in the comment section. I'm going to tell you the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to call the police, because I'm calling the police on everything anyway. I'm going to call the police, and after I contact the police, then I will go to social media and try to see if this child had been abducted or if they put out an Amber Alert saying that a child had been kidnapped. Anything other than me stating that I'm going to keep the child. You cannot keep somebody's child if that child doesn't belong to you, right? Let's continue.
She was terrified and spun a tale that someone dumped the baby on the porch of her family's West Side Detroit home. He was never on the porch.
Huh? Why on my porch? That's what I kept asking. Why out on my porch? Why my porch? Why my porch?
And now added to what the news reporter has stated, that 16-year-old Peyton Peoples was scared. She was very terrified of the outcome and also what her mom may think and also what other people may think. But at the same time, I will give her the benefit of the doubt because remember this, number one, we're not trying to bash her. We're trying to make sense of this whole situation. That's all this video is about. Because I already know I'm going to have people in the comment section telling me that, Trey, you're judging as if I'm a judge. No, I'm not judging anybody. We're trying to make sense out of something that don't make no damn sense. And also added to the point that I made in the beginning of this video. If the girl was really scared, you mean to tell me did nobody else know this minor, this 16-year-old girl was pregnant? Think about that, family. So how can you walk around your mom, you and your mom stay in the same residence? Peyton Peoples' mom already has 4 children. Peyton, from what I understand, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section, make the 5th one. You mean to tell me the mom didn't know you was pregnant? The mom didn't notice a change in your shape and size? When females get pregnant, don't their body change? So you mean to tell me that the mom, the grandmother, the school, nobody noticed a change in Peyton's body? And also, if you have been missing periods, wouldn't that be a sign to tell you that you're pregnant? But at the same time, the mom said that she believed her daughter because her and her daughter has a very close relationship. And also, the grandmother believed the daughter also. But ask yourself this. Is what they're saying making any sense? And also, how can you not know that you're pregnant, but then later state the reason why you did not tell your mama the truth and also other people in your family was because you was terrified and scared. And also, you want to be a burden on your mom. And mom, I'm not trying to bash you also, but ma'am, where was your antennas at throughout this whole situation? Let's continue.
Kyra believed her daughter. They're close. Posting this on social media and it spread everywhere.
And back to what I was saying in the beginning of the video. If you really found the baby on your front porch and this newborn baby happened to be abandoned, why would the first thing you do would be to run to Facebook, to social media, and ask for donations and handouts if this child was really found on the front porch? The most logical thing to do, like I already told you all, would be what? Yes, to reach out to the police because maybe somebody's child has been kidnapped. So how can you say on one hand that you found the baby, but then in that same post state that you're going to keep the child? And the key word is this. You found something that was supposed to be yours. So maybe somebody lost something that you found. So what's the main thing to do? Is to reach out to the police. And why would you even make a post like that unless, and I'm just saying this allegedly, unless the mom knew that the daughter was pregnant? Because why would you state that you found the child, but you're going to keep it? How can you keep somebody else's baby if you found the baby on the front porch? Think about that. Let's continue.
They called 911. Detroit police then brought Peyton into Children's Hospital downtown Detroit to be ruled out as the mom. That's when Peyton fessed up. Little Paxton was hers.
And now, as you all heard and seen, the truth finally came to the light. And one thing about the truth will always come to the light. That's why anything that you do in the dark, if you're doing something wrong, you better stop. Because guess what? Sooner or later, you will get exposed. As in the case of this situation right here. Because how can you sit up there and think that you can hide you being pregnant, no matter if you're scared or not? But think about this also, family. And we got to make it make sense. So I'm sorry if somebody take it the wrong way. But on one hand, how can you be scared to tell your mom that you're pregnant, but at the same time, you weren't scared to lay down and have sex? Do anybody understand what I'm trying to say here? So, on one hand, we have a young girl telling us that she did not know she was pregnant, but at the same time, telling us also, as you all are going to hear once again, that she didn't want to be a burden on her mom. But at the same time, how can you be a burden on your mama unless you knew you was pregnant? And what I want you all to understand before we close this video up is the fact the truth didn't come out freely. No, the mom, the grandmother, nor the daughter freely told the truth. The truth was forced to come out when the police took her to the children's hospital. So ask yourself once again, how can you sit there and expect the public to believe that you did not know you was pregnant? And at the same time, the grandmother and the grandmother want us to believe also they didn't know a damn thing. Think about that, family. And let me ask you all once again before we close this video up. Have you ever heard of a woman or a female, period, getting pregnant and not knowing for 9 months now, 9 months, that she wasn't pregnant? Do that make any sense to you? Let's close up.
It was already hard for her to raise us, so it was like, that's just adding another burden on her back, and I didn't want to do that.
And now in closing, as you all heard the teen mom say and confess herself, that she didn't want to be a burden on her mom. So what does that mean, family? That means, quite simply, that she knew the whole time that she was pregnant. So once again, you mean to tell me that the mama did not know that you was pregnant and you all stay together? And also the grandmother did not know you was pregnant? And also, if you was going to school, because the grandmother stated that Peyton Peoples is an honor roll student.
Because she's on the honor roll.
You mean to tell me the school didn't know you was pregnant? And also your fellow classmates, the students there, nobody knew you was pregnant. Think about that, family. And they wonder why people make these videos questioning them. Because anytime you put your business out there on the internet, guess what? And ask for help and tell people something that sounds so bogus and a lie, people are going to question you. And you cannot sit there and get mad at the public when you are the one that brought your business to the public, asking the public for help. But at the same time, anytime somebody tell you something that don't make sense, you should always question it. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comments section, or you can email me. We can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Become a channel member. Also share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed and keep it real. And if you're doing something that you're ashamed of, you need to stop. And at the same time, I am glad that the child is okay, and I wish you all the best. But at the same time, tell people the truth. And guess what? We ain't got to go through all this. Anyway, I will see you all soon on the next Trey King Show. And I'm out.